Hey guys, this is Gamercal, starting up this game for the first time today. This is Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, of course, and the guys, persons known as you people have voted for character stuff. So, mostly over Skype actually, because that's where I asked for a lot of stuff this time, and yeah, it seems that made it a bit better than just doing it over comment stuff. So, what you guys have asked for has actually been Luigi by a majority of 3 compared to 1 vote for about 5 other characters. We got Mario, Peach, Daisy, I think Bowser got 1 while Luigi got 1, and that was it. But Luigi got 3, and therefore he will be the one who gets used. So, Lakitu Cup, let's get this underway. I'm not going to be showing too many of these, but there is, of course, the whole panoramic view type of thing of, I guess it's panoramic, I have no idea actually, but it's a view of the course anyway, and that's nice as well. But on to control-based stuff. If you leave it long enough, Boo will tell you stuff, so, you know, that's going to come up at some point as well. But using the X button, you can zoom in to the star over here, which is where your ball is going to bounce. This is assuming you hit the shot perfectly at the power which you have it indicated, and there's no wind. It doesn't account for the ball's bounce either, but it's a pretty good start. Using C up and C down, you can move along what's known as the simulation line. That, of course, shows you where your ball is going to fly through the air with this. It's a bit more advanced than it was in the N64 version. And with C right and C left, you get to have a look a little bit left and right as you go. It's a bit difficult to use because it's a bit sensitive, but it's there nonetheless. Now this grid over here shows you basically from where your ball is going to bounce. It shows you what the field looks like. So the lines are flowing downhill, which means if I was to hit this shot right here, this would go from right to left. As it bounced, it would move to the left because that's where the hill is going. If I hit it from over here, of course the hill is a lot sharper and it would move over to the right. Now the other thing is, from where that bounce is, if you see red lines, that means it's big uphill compared to where you're bouncing, and if it's blue lines, it's big downhill. What else is there? There is X button again if you want to see the green. That doesn't affect your shot immediately unless you're shooting at the green, but you can see it from a different angle. And then the Y button gives you a course overview, so that is nice. The rest of it, I guess, what else you can do, you can use the L and R buttons to view different simulation lines that are shorter and longer distances from what you're normally hitting, but in order to hit a shot like that, you must then stop the power meter at the marker instead of at full power. So yeah, use it as you will. The other things, there's no wind in Lakitu Cup, so there's no explaining that. The ball eye will explain when I actually get one that's not plus minus 1%, and the international shot stuff will explain that later too. So, on to actually hitting the shot, because I think that's pretty much everything. Because, well, the only other thing, you can see the pin distance and up-downhillness from where you are. That's the other thing you can see, but that's not the point. There's 2 ways that you can hit the shots, auto and manual swing. I'm only going to use this one once, the auto swing, because it's really not good at all, but basically both of them start with A, but you can use A at the top or B at the top to change how you hit the shot. So with A, it determines the stuff at the bottom for you, and it looks like it actually hit it perfectly this time. That's pretty incredible. You see, auto swing determines the accuracy for you, but what it also does is it sets it randomly between that blue bar that you see just below the A button. You've got to keep your shot within the red bar that you see at the bottom, the impact meter, because otherwise your shot's going to duff. Assuming you're a right-handed player, the further out from the center you are to the left, the further left of the center you are, your ball is going to hit more to the right, and the further right you hit it, it's going to go to the left. You know, it skews the shot, basically. Now here we see I actually do have a little bit of a bad lie compared to what I had on the T, so the plus minus 2% is basically an indicator for how good or bad your lie is. When you select the power for your shot, the game will randomly determine a whole number between plus or minus 2% as the added shot strength, or, you know, decrease if it's minus, to your actual shot. So if that was to be minus 2%, my shot would be 2% weaker than it would have been if it was 0%. So this would hit something random, I suppose. It would hit like 147 yard instead of 150. But yeah, that is not too much of an issue at the moment because it's not really that significant. So, with Boo keeping on annoying me, the other thing I suppose I should indicate, the worse your ball line, the more Mario gets pushed down the power meter, so the less power you actually have available. Now there we see the manual swing where you actually have to determine the accuracy yourself, and that lets you put spins on the ball. You know, double B for backspin, B and an A for super backspin, double A for topspin, A and B for super topspin. We're going to see a lot of those because I like those. Putting, I'm going to have to explain on a different thing, but it's basically just reading the downhill lines, and there's not really very much to say to it. It's just, yeah, sometimes it can be kind of hard. And Luigi did a good old Luigi spin there. I'm going to probably show it again in a later one. Also, not going to bother with the scorecard until after this hole because I've already done like 5 minutes of explaining it. 5 minutes of explaining anyway, so yeah. The great thing with manual, of course providing you're actually decent at it, but the great thing about manual stuff, apart from putting the spins on, is you are actually in full control of the thing, so you can set your own accuracy, and that makes things a lot better, really. So yeah, looking at the way this hill is, I think I want to hit to about here, and put the backspin on it just to control it as it goes down. This should be a pretty nice shot. And it's not, because it doesn't bounce off the hill. And for some reason Luigi's does not bounce off the hill properly. Anyway, this is probably not going to go in now, but you can see we have to the pin, we have the uphillness there. That is a freaking huge uphill. We're on the fringe, so it's a little bit less of a, you know, a little bit worse for lie than usual, and looking at the way that freaking hill is, there's not much adjustment that should be needed, but I'm gonna have to go up to this level of putter, and let's see, nope, not quite. So that is really not a good start, because I usually birdie this hole, but in fact I usually birdie pretty much every hole in this thing, so that's kind of annoying. But, and Luigi knows, above the nose I suppose, because it's huge. Anyway, scorecard stuff. We have in here, of course, the basic scorecard thing of how we're doing. We've got best badges for when we get birdie or higher on holes. They change depending on what shot you actually get. If you do get an eagle or something, it's a different badge. That's kind of nice. And we can see somebody called Camo Camo is in first. That's kind of weird, but he's 4 holes ahead of us, so that's fine. But yeah, you've got some really funny names like Torpedo and Google. T-Dog, obviously, Riku. I've had Yuka in here as well, which has been kind of funny for obvious reasons. And yeah, now Kinky is kind of weird. How the hell is some frigging Madcap 15 over on hole 9? That's just terrible, seriously, that's nearly a double bogey on every hole. So weird. Anyway, this hole, I'm going to aim for here because I'm acutely aware of how the ball generally would bounce off of most hills. So if I hit it to there and completely miss my power, which is definitely not something you want to do, but that's okay I guess, because topspin will take it over, and freaking hell, that was close. Wow, that was ridiculously close. For a shot that was completely messed up, you see the spin really took that, oops, really, the spin took it into my mic as well, but yeah, the spin really took that back into play and made that a very good shot from a poor shot, you know. So now we are on top of the leaderboard. Winning in the basic tournaments is not really an issue because most of the time the opposition will struggle to stay above par, so yeah, not too much of a problem. Now, the other thing I haven't shown yet because I haven't really had a chance, you can do power shots by pressing the B button, which gives you 10% extra drive distance. The catch is though that you only get to keep them if you make a nice shot. A nice shot is made by being within 1 unit on the power meter of both your power and your accuracy. So I need not to do that, because that's now lost a power shot, because I really just mistimed that. I'm generally decent with timing, but not just now it seems. Anyway, we avoided the bunker, that's the main thing. Best drive, not really interested in that at the moment. We're going to hit way better drives later on, so that's fine. Oh, I do not like the way this hill is, because I don't want to be down here, because then it's a big uphill putt, and although it's probably not that hard, it's still not a particularly good thing. I'm going to put a spin on this ball. You see, by using the control pad you can adjust your simulation lines so that you can see different shots, basically. And then when you take the shot, you have to move the control stick to where that circle now is, you know, the hollow one. So if I aim for about here, and then move my thing to there, you can see it kind of lines up, and super backspin just to stop it dead, because otherwise it's going to careen off the green. Oh, hit the pin! Damn it, that's really not good. Oh, I did not see that coming. Wow. Yeah, this is a thing, alright. Now I've got a ridiculously annoying putt to try and do, and this is definitely not good. How the hell is this even gonna work? I have no idea. I don't think I can get this in, but whatever, we're gonna try anyway. And that was way too hard, but it looks like it worked because of the pin. Let's view that in a better angle, please. I said a better angle, please. No, come on. Thank you. So, bang, yeah, that would have gone too fast if the pin wasn't there. But that's the advantage of putting from the fringe, I suppose. Of course, if I hit it any harder than that, it would have bounced off the pin, so, you know, kind of lucky there. But, yay, we are 3 under on hole 4, that is okay considering. Now, a par 5. Unfortunately, without, you know, with the basic characters, it's usually just about impossible to get 2 greens in 2. On par 5s, so we are basically shooting for birdies. Looking at the way this hill is, yeah, this should go pretty nicely, especially if I hit it completely perfectly. For some reason I always have trouble hitting it better with Luigi than I do with a lot of other characters. Like, I'm used to Daisy. Okay, Daisy is the one I always use. I'm gonna spin this around here, actually. Yeah, I'm used to using Daisy for everything, and Daisy's meter moves a little bit faster than this, but even so, I can play very well with Peach, and Peach's moves at least as slow as this, if not slower. So I don't really get it. Anyhow, there's something else you can do, which I can actually do from here. Because I'm within 60 yards, I can actually hit an approach shot, which the meter moves slower again, so you've got a bit more control. I'm not quite sure if there's really much point in hitting it here, but I guess it does give me a little bit more precision, which I can try and use for this. Looking at that hill over there, I reckon to here should be fine. And yeah, this should be a decent enough approach. Nah, could have done with a backspin, but that's okay, that's not that bad. The putt's a little bit harder than I would like, but it shouldn't be that bad. We just hit to there, and I miss it. Yeah, fine. Oh god, this is not a good omen whatsoever, is it? Well, I'm definitely gonna have to step up if I'm gonna do this LP decently, aren't I? Never mind, never mind. Where do I want to hit with this one? Probably over here, because there's fewer trees. Yeah, mess up the power, but that's okay, because the super tall spin's gonna drag the power up anyway, so I'm gonna hit just about where I want to. No real issues there whatsoever, it's just quite a long approach, and that bunker in front does not look appetizing in the slightest. Why would you want to eat a bunker? Ew. I don't know, I have no idea what I'm going on about at this point. So if I hit the top of the ball, it will bounce less, and the super backspin should hopefully keep this on the green. Because, yeah, if you obviously a ball doesn't. Yeah, there we go. See, the ball doesn't bounce as far when you hit, when you're coming from a big drop. So, yeah, that was the easy thing to do, especially with low drive characters, which I'm not a huge fan of, by the way. But, yeah, people like Wario, Luigi, Shadow Mario is unlockable, yeah, because everybody pretty much knows this game anyway. For, those sorts of characters are not the ones I prefer, because I tend to find the ball rolls far too much with them, so it's really not as good. But regardless, that is just how things go. And let's see, looking at this, this hill is very subtle, so if I aim for around about here, and if this gets hit perfectly, it should be decent. Which it has been. Let's see where this goes. Well, it's bouncing in a reasonable way. And there we go, within 2 feet. The minus 1% is the only reason that didn't go further, obviously. But that's fine. 2.1 feet away on a par 3 is always a good result. So yeah, Luigi, spin to your heart's content on that one. Luigi is secretly Hina, or Chen, or Ran, or somebody. Even Alice spins a lot, actually. Have you noticed that in her fight? She actually spins quite a lot too. It's kind of hard to see sometimes because she's often hidden by the dolls, but she spins quite a bit. It's kind of funny. What is it with Toho characters and spinning? Seriously. Even Yukari does it after her, not in the main thing, in Scarlet Weather Rhapsody, after Illusion Rift and stuff. She spins out of that. That's kind of cool. Anyway, not the point. Once again, I'm going to control this shot a little bit more by using that. You know, hitting on the bottom of the ball. It's not an issue to be using the control stick in that manner. The hardest ones are the diagonals, but, you know, the straightforward up, down, left, right ones are not really that much of an issue. And yeah, that's not a line over there. So that is an easy enough putt. Putting is not always the same with every character, although obviously they are the same in terms of how they're controlled. The thing is, some characters are bigger than others and they get in the way of your putting views, so yeah. Aha, now this hole is just about the only one at the moment that we could potentially reach into. However, I've never managed to quite have a controlled enough shot to do so. So, yeah, this is probably not going to end super amazingly well. Please don't hit the bunker. Oh, god damn it, it's hitting the bunker. No! Oh! Well, that's kind of screwed. How far can I get? Not very far. God dang it. No, okay, that's as far as we're going. Oh my god, that's terrible. I usually do not screw up that badly, wow. Now I'm gonna struggle to reach this in 3, because that tree's in the way, look at that. Freaking tree, seriously. Oh god, I don't want to hit too close to that tree, but looking at that, that's gonna bounce over, you know, go over the tree, so that's okay. Oh boy. Well, I think this will work. It's just... No, don't hit... Don't... Thank you. Don't hit the tree. Yeah, that does work, but... Wow, that was way worse than it should have been. God, I'm living it riskily here, aren't I? Well, 7 under on hole 9 is still freaking awesome, but yeah, that was scary. Okay, so we are 3 shots clear, we are 1 hole behind that person as well, so we have a hole in hand, that's always good. It sounds really weird saying that, but you know, I care not. That was really screwed up control, but again, I don't care. Because it's the first shot, it's not as if I need to be super accurate on a fairway that's like 30 yards wide or something, so seriously now. This, on the other hand, I want to be a little bit more accurate with, so once again, going to hit the top and super backspin. Probably an excessive move to use super backspin, but looking at the way that's going, maybe not super excessive. That's all helpful, I suppose. So let's just aim for there and hit that. Oh, plane's going outside, oh, god dang it. whatever, it's not that big a deal. You can still hear me over the plane, I hope. Freaking plane, seriously. Oh well, this is what I get for being near an airbase when, you know, for Air Force stuff and having my windows open because it's a little bit too warm for me if I don't. So, yeah, sorry about that, but that's just the way it goes. So that is the upper limits for where you can hit a nice shot. See, 1 bar lower in power, 1 bar lower in accuracy. Accuracy does also lower your power if you miss it as well, by the way, so try not to do that. So yeah, it tends to screw it up a little bit more than the power actually, to be honest. I know, it's ironic, but still. Probably the bad move to hit that with topspin, but yeah, rather bad move. I was thinking to try and compensate for having less power on that, but that was really not a good idea. So this is likely to be a 2-putt, but you know, it's fun to frame, so technically only counts as a 1-putt, or I could just get it in anyway and, you know, completely go what the hell at myself, but yeah. So far so good. There's been 1 2-putt, there's been 1 kind of screwed up hole, so yeah, I'm okay with that so far. It's not the end of the world. If I hit this one here, that's gonna be too hard, and then I backspun it even though I didn't need to because I messed up the accuracy, yada yada yada. It still works because the thing was flying past anyway, and should be nice and straightforward. I say that and I'm gonna miss it, but you know, nah, there's no problem with that one. It's not a big enough distance and there wasn't enough of a hill to make that messed up, so yeah. I hope you don't mind me skipping the animations too much, even though it's Luigi Spin and Luigi Spin is amazing, it's still... yeah, obviously you do not want to hit here with a fade character, that would be kind of dumb. I'm going to aim for around about here because the ball is going to roll quite a lot, so I'm just going to rely on that. And we will let that go, I suppose. Yeah, 230 odd yards is way more than Luigi would normally hit, but that's fine. So, yeah, we are going to have to spin this around because you see the trees are in the way, and that's kind of annoying. But I can hit over the trees as well, even though, yeah, you really don't want to be hitting to like here, and even if you get that shot perfectly, the game is likely to hit you into the tree anyway, so try not to aim too close to them. Ooh, that might still hit the tree actually. Please don't hit the tree. Okay, good, it didn't hit the tree. Yeah, with that being skewed over to the left, I wasn't sure about that one, but you know, it was fine. Also, nice flat approach here, so this is good. Just hit that with perfect accuracy, and... will it? Yes, it will! Heck yeah! Ha ha ha! Flat approach is always the best, and it just goes straight in. Get in! Eagle on the freaking first thing. Super Luigi Spin! Oh yes, I am happy with that now. That is totally transforming the round. And see, because we got an eagle on that one, it's got the E badge there instead. A hole-in-one badge is yellow and an albatross badge is red. Hopefully we'll get to see one of those at some point, but I don't know. Also, the best badges carry over. They're not just specific to one tournament. So if you do 2 rounds on Lakitu Cup and you get a birdie on a hole which you didn't before, you continue the streak and you get the badge for it and keep the badges that you got before, which is good. Due to the length of this hole, I'm going to hit the power shot just to make sure I don't have to hit a ridiculously long approach or second shot, because I don't want to be hitting my 1 wood on the second shot. That's not really ideal unless I'm on a par 5, you know? I don't want to be hitting the 1 wood onto the green, which is looking like exactly what it wants me to do there, but I say no, I don't want to do that. Plus minus 2%, we'll see how it goes. Plus 1, I should have definitely backspun that actually, but I think it might just about be okay. Yeah. It's a bit longer than I would like, but it's pretty much flat other than that one bit at the start, so if I aim for there, I think this will go in. Yeah, just. didn't quite account for the hill at the very end there as well, but it went in, so that's all that really matters for Luigi spin. So 13 under, hole 14, that's pretty damn good, I would say. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty freaking broken actually, but you know, this is Mario Golf, that's what's supposed to happen. Now that tree over there does not fill me with ridiculous amounts of confidence, so I'm going to try and make sure that I can hit away from that. And use normal topspin because I think super topspin might spin it into the bunker, so yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on outside, that's kind of weird. But yeah, that tree is still going to get in the way, so we're going to have to spin around the side of it again. That's kind of annoying actually, but whatever. I don't like that. I think I'm going to go club up. Club up and then maybe hit this with backspin if I hit it any harder than that. Which I don't, so let's just screw up entirely. Sure, why the hell not? I think that's still going to be okay though. Because it's going to... yeah. Oh, freaking plane, seriously. At least it's a relatively flat putt, you know, side hill wise, so it wasn't exactly the hardest one ever. And yeah, 13 birdie badges, or best badges as they're really called in this game, I don't know. So that's fine. Oh, fucking there. Control lost in word speaking, I don't know. Hole 16 is what I'm really trying to say. And yeah, it's a reasonable enough par 3. I'm trying to gauge where the hill is here. See, this is the thing with Luigi having a lower bounce. It's harder to predict where his shot's gonna go. Yeah, because for some reason... no, I know why. He doesn't bounce as much off of the hills because his shot is weaker. Not weaker, it's because it's lower than what I'm used to. Daisy has a really high shot, so I'm used to the ball bouncing quite ridiculously off the hills in comparison. And Luigi just doesn't really have that because he shoots about 6 or 7 units below Daisy's height. So yeah. Anyway, long par 5, obviously no chance of getting this one in 2, so just hit as hard as you can and it should be okay. Don't go behind the tree, please. It's actually possible to get a tree hazard if you hit right in the tree. It's a very, very weird thing to do, but I've seen it done. It's kind of hilarious. There we go. Perfect shot on that one, so I should have a reasonable enough approach. Hopefully going to be in a good place that I can get to within about 8 feet or something. That would be nice. 50 yards, yeah. That hill is not very good though. Really not very good in the slightest. But I'm going to hit the top of the ball for this one just so I can try and control this a little bit more, and yeah, let's just screw up the accuracy. Sure, why not? But it's fine, it's not a huge deal because yeah, it's going behind anyway. Probably should have backspun that. If I'd have backspun that, that might have gone in, but who cares? It's still an easy birdie. We are still 16 under on the freaking tournament, and that is pretty damn amazing. We have 1 hole left to play, so let's go for it. We are 21 strokes ahead, +5, Diddy. Seriously, +5. That's terrible. Man, how can you do so badly on the first course? I have no idea. Like, dude, it's just... it's the first course, it's not that hard. Also, that pin is in a good position, being right at the front, so this should be a decent enough attackable position. Yeah, look at that, it's actually not bad at all. And the friggin' plane, good god. I need to close my windows next time I do this. Because look, that's 3 of them in this half an hour thing. Also, yeah, not quite sure what I make of that shot, but we'll see. Yeah, shouldn't have put the backspin on that, and that'd have been about within 3 feet there, but oh well, who cares. We can still get this, I hope, and yep, by the looks of it, we have indeed got it quite nicely down the middle, so that is the first tournament done. 17 under, 16 out of 18 holes with birdie or better. That is a pretty damn good result. 6 over, Diddy, seriously. So we won by 23 strokes, and look at that freaking scorecard. Look at it, it was awesome, especially that eagle. God, nice bright redness over there. Love it so freaking much. So, Lakitu Cup, you are done with 17 under. Yep, new course for beating the tournament, so we now can go to the next tournament. But that won't be next time actually, because I want to do something else in the middle. I'm going to try and even this out, go between the modes a little bit, so it's not just going to be the same thing over and over. And yay, the award does go to Luigi, and for some reason he thinks he's playing football because he's all goal all over the place. Luigi, you're playing golf, damn it, you're not supposed to be saying goal all over the place. I think he was losing his voice at the end there as well, because there was a definite voice break in there. Anyway, that is it for this one. So, just as a basic thing of what I'm going to be doing next time, is going to be the side games. I'm going to do a shorter episode, I think, because it's going to just be one set of side games, because these actually do get pretty hard, and they're not necessarily the easiest things to clear in one go. So, there's 3 levels of it per thing. Of course you can only do the first level at the start, but each one has 3 levels. This, that's going to be a pain, but we're going to do that later anyway. So, this has been gamercal playing Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, and vote for the character you want to see doing the shot practice next time. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, and hope to see you there. So yeah, see you guys next time.